On October the 3rd, 1996, Audrey Desjardins was a few weeks shy of turning 43. She had a loving family that included her 20-year-old son John and her husband Gaetan. The family lived in Welland, Ontario, which is about 20 minutes from the former Nabisco fruit packing canning factory in St. David's, where Audrey frequently worked night shifts. That evening, when she finished the night shift, Audrey dropped off her friend, who was also a co-worker in Welland, as she sometimes did. Audrey then disappeared on her way home. She was driving her four-door Burgundy 1985 Ford Crown Victoria, which was a Mother's Day gift from her husband. The car was in an excellent condition and had a Canada flag bumper sticker on the left rear bumper and the license plate CJM 741. Before Audrey drove away, the two friends said they would see each other again the next night. This was the last confirmed sighting of Audrey and her vehicle. When Audrey Desjardins disappeared, she was wearing a light blue jacket with two brown stripes on the front going to the shoulders with a belted waist. She was also wearing light blue jean pants with a belt, a salmon-colored sweater, and black running shoe style footwear. She was carrying a black short-handled purse. Over the span of the next 5 years, investigators conducted 35 dives in the Welland Canal and other water bodies in the region. In 2019, Niagara Regional Police added Audrey's case to an online database in hopes of gaining information about Audrey's fate. Despite these efforts by investigators and her family's relentless search for answers, there has been no sign of Audrey or her vehicle and no indication of what happened to her the night she disappeared. Many years later, John Desjardins sees her every day without fail. The big warm smile, the long sandy blonde hair. The mother who was also his best friend, and every day the Welland native longs to reach out and hold her. But there is nothing to touch, no flesh and blood to give the visions life. The images vanish into thin air, just like his mother Audrey did that day. No trace of the married mother of two has ever been found. Despite exhaustive searches by police and her family, he says, I always thought I'd hear the car coming home one day, but there hasn't been a day as such. There hasn't been one day that goes by that I don't think of her. The case of Audrey Desjardins has stumped investigators and relatives for years. Anything's possible, Detective Sergeant Ian Cameron says of the NRP's Major Crime Unit. He says it's our responsibility, if there's a chance to solve these cases, never to stop. That is a step that we can take. The thing we won't do is give false hope to people that their son or daughter or family member will be found, but we will keep looking for answers and trying to find them, he says. NRP Detective Constable Deb Smith said that this case remains fresh on the minds of Dive Unit members and others who have searched for Audrey, regardless of the time that's passed. With the public's help, investigators have been able to resolve numerous missing persons cases, as well as cases of unidentified remains, she says. It impacts everyone when someone goes missing. It's not just the family that loses, it's the community that loses, she says. I think that's what makes these investigations so special, she said. We care. Gaetan Desjardins said he hopes the public will help bring the family some answers about what happened to his wife. We may get some closure, he said. It's so many years ago. They didn't find a car. They didn't find any clues. Nothing. There's been no trace. If you have a trace, you have something to go on. Audrey was born on October the 28th, 1953, and is described as a white female, 5 feet 3 inches tall, 160 centimeters, and weighed approximately 115 pounds, 52 kilograms. She has a slender, thin build with blue eyes and long, straight dyed blonde hair. Her teeth were in good condition. If you know anything about Audrey, her vehicle, her clothing, the Canadian flag bumper sticker, or have any information that might help her family find the answers they're seeking, please contact Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477.